Hello everyone. In this lecture video, we are going to start with our new topic, that is airport engineering. The airport engineering is a very interesting topic, and in this what we are going to learn is what are the infrastructure what we have to design in order to uh, look after this air transport, right? So this is what we are going to study in this lecture. So we have already studied the different modes of transport in our primary schools, in our high schools, or in your previous topics, that is which you have completed in your previous semesters, that is highway engineering or different or transport engineering one. In the transport engineering, you might have studied the different modes of transport as the land transport, water transport, and air transport. So in this topic, or in your as per your syllabus at present, we are majorly concentrating on the air transport, or the third mode of transport, that is the air transport. So in order to give introduction regarding this chapter, we will start with I'm going to compare some of the advantages and disadvantages of air transport. What are the advantages of using air transport, and what are the different disadvantages we are facing in order to use the air transport. So these are the things which we are going to concentrate. Coming to air transport, there has been considerable improvement and progress in the mode of transport by air. This is the fastest mode of transport, flying at more than 300 kilometers per hour to a modern speed which is nearly 3 times the speed of sound, right? So following are some of the advantages and disadvantages of air transport. Accessibility. The air transport can reach the otherwise inaccessible areas with other modes of transport, and such areas can therefore be economically developed with air transport only. So our second point is continuous journey. The aeroplanes can fly over both, namely land and water. They also do not require any artificial track, as in case of railway or roadways. So in case of railways, we have to lay the rails, but in case of roadways, we have to prepare the roadways for the transportation of vehicles. So in case of air transport, we don't require any rails or roadways. We don't have to lay any tracks. Thus it grants the facility of a continuous journey over long distances. The third advantage is demand for technical skill. The manufacture of aeroplanes and their importance. So in case of previous point, that is the continuous journey, but only thing is, in place we don't require any roads, or we don't require any tracks for the transportation through airways. But in place of landing, in case of landing of aeroplanes, or we have to create some stop point, that is airports. We have to create some airports, or landing the airport, some base for landing the airports. This is a important point. Next, demand for technical skills. The manufacture of aeroplanes and their maintenance, as well as development, design, and construction of airports have opened up new opportunities for highly technical manpower. The air, the air aviation industry, the air aviation industry can therefore claim to be the principal employer of highly skilled professionals in the field. So if you are highly skilled in the field of civil engineering, you are going to get jobs in place of in manufacturing the, not the aircraft, but the process of construction of airports. You are going to get more opportunities. So moving on, emergency use. The air service can be used for destroying the pests by aerial sprays of the chemicals. It is also extremely useful in case of floods, for dropping food packets to the affected people, and for observing the area to access the gravity of situation. This you might have observed in case of emergencies. Our Prime Minister or our Chief Minister observed the calamities from the aerial view. This is the major use of aircraft in case of emergencies. Next, engineering use. The air service is finding at present an increasing engineering use in the preparation of preparation of maps by the aerial photography. The helicopters have been used in the construction of some high-rise buildings. Helicopters have been used in the construction of some high-rise buildings, saving in time. How can we save time? It has resulted in the tremendous saving in travel time because of high speed of aeroplanes. This is how the time is saved. Next, so we have looked into some of the disadvantages. Now we will look into some of the disadvantages of aircrafts. What are the disadvantages that we can observe in by using the air transport? Flight rules. There are certain rules which are framed by the concerned authorities, and these rules are to be strictly observed for the smooth working of air transport. The rules are very strict in case of air transport. Operating expenses. This mode of transport proves to be most expensive because heavy instruments are required for the construction of aeroplanes, airports, repair shops, meteorological stations, etc. And special training is to be given to the pilots. The number of passengers traveling by air as well as the quality of cargo that can be accommodated is the smallest as compared to the other means of transport, and hence the fares are also highest. So in this case you might have seen the aeroplanes are little bit smaller when compared to the trains or railways. So in trains you can accommodate large number of passengers, or if you are using the transport for as a goods vehicle, you can accommodate large number of goods. Or if you are using the transport, if you are using the railways for the transportation of crude oil, you can transport the barrels together of crude oil. So that is the major use of transportation through rails, and it is the major disadvantages to that we cannot accommodate large goods for transportation of materials through aircraft. Next, safety. The accidents of aeroplanes are peculiar and alarming in nature. It has led to the psychological fear among the passengers about the safety in air travel. It has therefore become difficult to encourage the general public to travel by air and to make them air-minded, especially in less advanced countries, right? So air-minded is nothing but lighter in mind. That is to remove the fear out of your mind. Next, weather conditions. So weather condition, how we are going to consider weather condition as a disadvantage. This mode of transport can operate only under favorable climatic conditions. For instance, the landing and taking off operations of aircraft will be totally inconvenient during the foggy days. These are some of the advantages and disadvantages of air transport. Moving on to our next topic, that is just a sec. Moving on to our next topic of recent developments in AAI, Airport Authority of India. So we have to look into some of the authorities which maintains the air transport. Airport Authority of India. We will look into our first topic, that is Airport Authority of India. The Airport Authority has the Airport Authority was formed on April 1st, 1995 by merging the National Airport Authority and the International Airport Authority of India to create a. So this we are going to look in the next slide, that is International Airport Authority of India, to create a centralized organization that could effectively manage both international and domestic airports, and to accelerate the integrated development, expansion and modernization of operational terminal and cargo facilities at the airports in the country, conforming to the international standards. The Airport Authority of India is an organization working under the Ministry of Civil Aviation that manages all the airports of India. It manages and operates 125 airports, including 11 international airports, 8 custom airports, 81 domestic airports, and 25 civil enclaves at defense airfields. The corporate headquarters are at Rajiv Gandhi Bhavan, Safdarjung Airport, New Delhi. Presently, it is completely owned by the Government of India. Airport Authority of India generates its revenue from landing or parking fees and fees collected by providing the air traffic control services to the aircraft over the Indian airspace. Despite of many tragic occurrences like 9/11, Afghan War, Iraq War, SARS that struck the civil aviation sector the world over during the new last few years and left it bleeding. The Airport Authority of India has presently come up with the good results, showing all around growth, including increased revenue and higher level of profitability while building up the infrastructure. Airport Authority of India's successful implementation of automatic dependence surveillance system using the indigenous technology at Calcutta and Chennai air traffic control centers gave India the distinction of being the first country to use this advanced technology in the Southeast Asian region, enabling the effective air traffic control over the oceanic areas using the satellite modes of communication. Use of remote controlled VHF encourages along with the satellite communication links has given added strength to our air traffic management system. The following are some of the functions of Airport Authority of India. It controls and manages the Indian airspace extending beyond the territorial limits of the country as accepted by ICAO, Indian Civil Aviation or International Civil Aviation Organization. It provides services like design, development, operation, and maintenance of international and domestic airports and civil enclaves. It carries out construction, modification, and management of passenger terminals. Passenger terminals are nothing but airports. It provides passenger facilities and information system at the passenger terminals. It carries out the expansion, strengthening work for runways, taxiways, aprons, hangars, etc. It provides visual aids at airports. It also provides communication, navigational aids like radar, DVOR, DME, etc. These are some of the functions of Airport Authority of India. Our next, moving on to the International Airport Authority of India. International Airport Authority of India, I would like to just give a brief introduction regarding this. The International Airport Authority of India was set up in April 1972 for the operation, management, planning and development of all international airports. However, the facilities of air traffic control, aeronautical communication and navigation are provided to these international airports by the Civil Aviation Department. The International Airport Authority has done appreciable modernization of 4 international airports in our country. It has been given construction work and consultancy services in foreign countries also. That is, it is nothing but they have been successful in taking the consultancies from foreign organizations. It was given first foreign project in 1976 for the construction of airport complex of Ghat Airport at Libya with a total cost of $70 million. It carried out extensive construction activities at Hulel Airport, Maldives, PDR, Yemen and Malaysia involving the million of US dollars. At Yemen, it has successfully completed Riyan Airport project and Al Ghaida Airport project during 1980 and 1986. It has also provided consultancy services to Plaisance Airport, Mauritius and Bhutan Airport and Setif's Airport at Algeria for pavement design and other allied items of airport design. It has also carried out extension work of runway at Republic of Nauru and development of Mafia Airport at Tanzania during 1982 and 1986. The dynamic planners, aviation engineers, and financial experts have given global fame to the International Airport Authority of India with respect to the planning, designing, construction, and consultancy management, and various other aspects of airport engineering. On April 1st, 1995, it is being merged with the Airport Authority of India. This is a brief introduction regarding the different organizations which are working for the air traffic control in India. Let us move on to our next concept in the next slide.